more into them in just a bit. Yes, man, you guys sound great tonight. You look great. Right now, I'd like to invite a very special guest. She's from a place not of this earth. At least I think so. I'm suspicious. Everybody, I want you to give a big hand, because you're gonna need it, for Krista Kay.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
All right, guys, how we doing? Awesome. So I was on that TV show called My Giant Life. Anyone ever seen it?
Yeah.
One person, two? Yeah, that's probably why it got canceled.
200 people have seen it. Actually, more have seen it.
Yeah, I know. Just not in this room. It's fine. So as you can probably imagine, there's a lot of awkward things that I encounter being such a tall woman. One of those is public restrooms. Yeah, I'm taller than the stall. Yeah. So, you know, us as women, we have to pull our pants up. You know, I can't just do that. I have to do this little maneuver. But imagine if you're the person next to me, right? You're just like taking a nice shit or something. And all of a sudden you see my head pop over. I'm like, hello. You probably should again.
We know who it is.
Yeah.
We know who it is.
Right? I can always get toilet paper though. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of gender neutral restrooms because I mean, let's just be honest, I'm a 6'5" woman. People might wonder if I'm a dude or not, you know? That's why I keep a camel toe at all times. Comes in handy. And I have to admit, obviously I do comedy and I'm super tall. It's so much fun messing with people. We've all been to Walmart, right? And we've all seen those signs that say, please ask for assistance for things on the top shelf. Well, I do, just to see who shows up. Anyone actually had to do that before? Amboy?
Do what?
Ask for assistance on the top shelf at Walmart?
Of course, I've always asked for assistance.
Right?
Look at me.
You're adorable.
I need assistance.
Yeah. You know, if you want to pay me, I'll just go with you and I'll like grab your things, dust some, you know, shelves or whatever. So just for fun, yeah, I ask for assistance when I'm at Walmart. And so, you know, the person that always shows up is the short lady with a stepladder. And for some reason she glares at me. And I'm like, I'm not working though. And I'm following the rules. What's the problem? And then, you know, she asked me what I want, I touch it.
That's what a kid does.
Yeah, right? I'm like, I'll have this one right here, please. And so she grabs me my item, and just for fun, I drop it. I'm like, can you grab that? You're closer. Kind of an asshole. It's so fun, you guys. So people always wonder, you know, about me and dating and guys, right? My taste in men are kind of all over the place, but there is like a certain type of guy that tends to be attracted to me. They usually have darker features, like skin.
Real quiet. Oh. You say anything wrong?
Zoom.
I get it. I look like an NBA baby factory out there. Okay? Just admit it. We all thought about it, right? Like, would like to reproduce with that, right? I guess. Yeah. So and okay, I've never been pregnant actually. So, but we all know those women that have, you know, they get pregnant. They're like, oops, I don't know who the dad is. And I'm never gonna have that problem because I'm smart. Because if I'm gonna like sleep with multiple men in the same month, I'm gonna mix up the color. I mean, duh, obviously. I'm an equal opportunity employer. And I'm gonna leave you with my favorite pickup line ever, okay? This guy's like, we couldn't 69 because I poke you in the neck. Turns out I'm into it. Thank you guys.
Everybody! Krista Kay. We're gonna have a talk with Krista. Yeah, a little bit, yeah? Yeah, all right. In the meantime, we're going to move things around. So, here's some of the band. Yeah. Mistake, not really. Krista Kay, everybody. Man, I mean, getting back on your feet and covering up a mistake is something that you have to know on the fly.
Yeah.
I mean, and people are coming at you from various angles and want to test their comedy. I mean, it's the same thing with music. They want to test how good we are. They turn off the lights to see if you can play in the dark. And I definitely can.
Yeah.
So I'm always the guy, like, on my rider, lights please.
Yeah.
On me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not vain or anything like that.
Yeah.
Although I like to be seen.
Right.
You know.
You have to have confidence, man.
Welcome. Thank you for coming to my studio.
Yeah.
Is it lovely or not?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You can be
I love
honest.
Yeah, it is.
it. I like it. You have high ceilings. I love it.
Once again, show them, remind them why high ceilings are important. Man!
It's like a fuzzy armrest.
You're a Las Vegas resident.
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
I am too. And I'm proud to support people who make a living out of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Especially in the form of art that I'm at. And I love comedy.
Yay.
Tell me a little bit about your comedy start.
Sure. So my start, well, it's kind of funny because I've really only been doing it for about 2 years. And so people are like, oh, well, how are you so confident doing it? You know, that people say I'm kind of like farther ahead. And I'm like, well, literally since I've been this tall, which has been 16, 17 years old, I technically am on a stage wherever I go. So, you know, so I've always had to deal with comments and blah, blah, blah. And so it's like, at some point you realize it's not gonna end, so you just start getting creative with it. You start having fun with it. Like, I would pretend to like hit my head on stuff just to, because people were like, it was just so fun. So it just kind of came natural because I do it all the time anyway.
Was hitting your head natural?
No.
Oh, okay. I
am aware of things around my head. It's so funny. That's like a stereotype. Oh, you hit your head underneath. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
right?
I'm like, dude, I have eyeballs. Like, I know what's around my head. I don't know. It just seems silly to me. But actually, so getting picked for the TV show actually was my start into the entertainment industry. So I was living in South Dakota. I was a
What
mental
form
health.
of entertainment, guys? Get your head out of the water.
Well, I guess it started out as a reality show.
Oh, still on the same subject, guys. Get your head out of.
Unporn
So I wasn't trying to even get there. So I guess not guys, but ladies out there.
Yeah. And so yeah, I was actually a counselor at the time in South Dakota at a college. And then I got picked for the TV show, and now I'm basically doing the exact opposite of counseling, telling dirty jokes on a stage.
Wow. And what's the name of this reality entertainment show?
My Giant Life.
My Giant Life, and it was featured on TLC.
Correct, yeah.
Right? I
was
got
the
to see a little footage. I got to see some footage, and it's kind of like, say, the big version of Jersey Shore. You know how you got like short, the little people, LA and stuff like that? This would be like the Giants of Las Vegas. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like big people, little.
It's a small world that they live in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, success has had to come at a price. I mean, what are the price that you are paying to want to be to a point of success? And what point of success do you see yourself wanting to go? Are you happy where you're at? Like, you know?
I'm not. I'm like one of those people that I'm never gonna feel content because I don't even know what that feeling is. Like, I don't ever imagine, you know what I mean? So I'm always working, I'm always, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you're talking about the price, and it's probably like the instability. income, location. I mean, you know, everything is a roller coaster ride until you get to that point.
Have you lived on the east side?
Of Vegas, no, I have not.
I did. I loved it there. There's so much more character in the east side. Hey, West Vegas, I'm sorry, it's the truth.
Yeah. No, well, I've only lived here for, I guess, a little over 2 years, so they moved me right into a house with a 6'9" girl, so I just kind of stayed in that area.
You were short, huh?
Yeah, I was the shortest one on the whole show. Yeah. It was really weird, and she was a former WWE wrestler. Wow. So, yeah, I didn't piss her off, or I tried not to. But of course they wanted that, and I'm like, you guys, I'm actually scared though.
So you're like the little guy.
Isn't that funny? I know.
Coming to that, what kind of places out there actually make you feel average or normal, or smaller even?
Like basketball games?
Really?
Yeah, well, I played a lot of basketball too, so I don't know, it's just the culture and
I'm pretty sure that you can dunk. You can dunk, right?
I haven't tried in a while, but I have before, yeah. I played in college, yeah.
So everybody, we want to find out a lot more things. Where can we go to find out more about Krista Kay?
So I do have a website right now. It's called KristaKayCoaching.com actually.
Once again,
yeah.
Get your head out of the water. I mean, they do say that like a healthy percent of time, every 10 seconds or so, a man is thinking about it.
That's true.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know, because I'm always around men, so I feel like I beat them there sometimes. They're like, whoa, my rate didn't go there. I'm like, oh, oops.
Wow.
My bad.
Wow.
But Instagram's kind of my main thing. At Krista Kay Comedy. It's kind of funny that you keep saying the head in the gutter, because I've actually accidentally ended up on Pornhub before, but with my clothes on. With my clothes on.
I'm
not supposed to hear that. I have virgin ears.
But this is the funny thing about being so tall. I was literally walking in a room and it made it on Pornhub.
What?
So yeah, it has like 65%.
You never know what people are into these days, do you?
Hey.
But isn't it kind of like, I feel like I need an award for being on Pornhub without my clothes. I mean with my clothes. Yeah. I really have them on.
Everybody, this is her with her clothes on. Imagine her with her clothes off. Some of you guys, I'm pretty sure, could paint that picture. Before we leave, there's one thing I want to ask about. I mean, we caught this on the internet.
Yes.
Yes, and we saw this thing and we was blown away by it. We're gonna show you a clip right here. We're gonna go into Krista Kay. Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh! Oh! Look at that! Look at the power!
Look at his head.
I can tell he's like.
It needs like quality video for that. Like people need to see the guy's side of his face go like this in slow motion, you know?
Yes.
Oh man. So I mean, what was that? Talk us through that. I mean, I got my own ideas, but tell us what it was.
Okay, so that's a Sturgis motorcycle rally. It happens in Sturgis, South Dakota. It's the first full week of every August.
It's a huge bike fest.
It is. It's the world's largest one. Yeah. So probably for the last, it's been 5 years, I've worked at the Full Throttle Saloon, which they had their own reality show as well. So that was the first TV show I was on.
I'm in the right circles, people.
Yeah.
I talk to reality stars.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. And so I worked there. There was 1 year, so it wasn't this past year, it was a couple years ago, but this guy, this is like a crazy story. But this drunk old biker grabs my vagina, looking for a dick, first of all. Wow. I don't know if he was disappointed. Anyway. And so I was really pissed off. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I mean, I cussed this guy out. And I'm like doing this, and he had a bandana on. I like ripped his bandana off, threw it in the crowd. And then, but a guy saw this, right? He saw my rage at this guy. And so I think he got turned on. So anyway, he comes up to me and he's just like, please, like, just use all that rage and just punch me in the face. I'm like, no, like, first of all, who are you?
Wait
No,
a
I'm not
minute, he
gonna,
got
like,
turned on and wanted you to punch him in the face.
I wanted him to, yeah.
I knew
and
he like
he's-
it. I told you he
And
like
finally,
it.
I know, it's a thing.
Was
And
he
then-
wearing leather?
Probably, I don't know. But, so he kept bugging me, he's like, I will pay you to punch me in the face, $40. And I'm like, yep, and I'm punching you. And I happened to be dressed as Wonder Woman at the time, which was hilarious. So I'm just like giant Wonder Woman, like punching dudes. And then all of a sudden I started talking about it, the word started spreading. Then everyone, like all these dudes were like, I'll let you punch me for $40. So now every time I go to Sturgis, I have stuff like that happen. I have so many of those videos. And I hit that guy probably 5 times before that video.
Once wasn't enough.
No, he was, because I don't, like, I'm not like a rage person, and he's like, you better frickin' hit
You look
me.
happy right now.
I like how it says giant tips only.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, and he was like, before I did that, he's like, it's fucking hot, so fucking hot. I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like, I don't really, like, I personally don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong, but, or like sexual, right? I'm like just hitting people for money.
Wow.
But it's like, obviously,
I mean, the frame of mind between two people looking at the same subject but thinking two different things,
yeah.
Right.
you know? And they're communicating
Yeah.
with two different stories. I've been through that.
So now I just hit people and send them a bill.
I have a totally different story in my head, and that was way better.
You owe me no money.
Save on my people.
That was a great story, and a way better story than what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking it was something like how Hooters has got the stuntman shot, where you're supposed to take this thing, and I thought it was like another stuntman shot. You know, and I want to see somebody from the member of the studio audience here take one for the team.
I know.
We will start the challenge right here. It's called the Krista Kay Slap Challenge, everyone. So if you want to take the challenge, if you happen to stop by Las Vegas, find Krista Kay and take the slap challenge, all right? All right?
Start collecting. It's like
So everybody, once again, give an enormous, gigantic hand for Krista Kay. Guess who else I have in the house? They've been backing me up all evening, and they're gonna put on a great show for you guys. But before they do that, we're gonna get to know a little bit about them. Everybody, this is Dead Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty little guitar you got there, miss.
Thank you.
I'm wondering if she's free for a date. I'd like to play with her.
She's married. No, I'm kidding. You can definitely. We're swingers, so
What?
it's fine.
Are you the kind of musician that if someone says, can I play your guitar, is it really hard for you to part with that, or are you just like, here you go?
No, yeah, absolutely not. I do like other people like messing around with the instruments, like because it's cool to see what somebody else can do on this
Yes.
fretboard, and it deserves that. It deserves good players to touch her. So
I always let people play with my guitar because everyone's better than me. So,
Not everyone, not everyone.
hey, introduce yourself. World, this is...
I'm Smart.
Yes, he does work.
My friends call me Jordan, but everyone call me Eric, if you don't mind.
Eric, I do not mind.
Okay, she's only running. Yeah, there you go.
That was
Hello,
a
I'm
joke.
Jordan.
Oh, okay. I'm Jonah. I play drums.
Hey, drummer, so how long have you been banging the skins?
Like 22, 23 years.
23 years you've been hitting that. How does it forgive you?
Well, I have to change them out like every couple of years. I usually can't handle it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you know, you're a drummer, right? And I understand drummers. I drum a little bit, and I understand like when you go to get your gear, I think in everyone's case, we're going for what we got in the pocket, basically. I mean, you want the best money of what your pocket has to buy.
I might disagree with you on that. I
That's
remember
fine.
playing this ridiculous Halloween party, and I was just there with this other band that I was playing with, and we didn't know they wanted us to play, so I just rigged like an ice chest and like whatever single and just played on that. It was pretty epic.
That sounds.
I think I was there. I think I was there. Sorry, I know it's so loud. But no, was that the Saturday Snaps show?
Maybe. No,
I
I
think-
was talking about something else, but
Okay,
yeah, I would
different
play
band.
on whatever it is. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Man,
But, yeah.
and the fact that you
Yeah,
might have
too.
seen it, that must have been more great. I
I see
mean,
a lot of stuff.
I see stuff on the internet where people are playing with the most primitive things, and we got to remember. At least I think I want to remember that the first of its kind to start making available noise was probably just a fall or something, and somebody realized hitting the dirt could make noise.
It's the first sick beat ever made.
Right, and
Right.
the first introduction to sound, honestly, we don't know where it came from. I don't think anyone.
The first song ever? Is that what you're
The
talking about?
first
Wow, what was
tone,
that?
the first knowledge of sound.
Well, like the first time that a human being actually manipulated it, because there's always been sounds around, right? So what was the first time that a person actually said,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
actually
Oh, you talking about
created a
boom clap?
song. Yeah, the first boom
I
clap.
mean,
or
that's
whatever.
actually origin, the origin of the original drums goes back to Africa.
It'll never be found.
You know,
So-
That thing's older than that.
you know.
So you guys got a new record coming out. I like you guys' webpage. I like you guys' social pages. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of Facebook. It's the place to be back at. Let's make Facebook great again. Tell us about that. Tell us about the spinning web.
Oh, you mean, oh yeah, the single that just came out. We have a single that just came out, and it is called Spinning Webs. It'll be available on Spotify soon, on Apple Play and all that fun stuff. But at this current juncture, it's available on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. And it's a song about a true story that I wrote about two people that I know. It was a friend of mine who was cheating on her husband with another woman, and both of these two women were friends that I knew. So I wrote it in the position of the girl who was with the chick who had the husband.
Wow,
Yeah, and little bits of the stories they would tell me.
that is a deep story.
I had to cover up a lot of bullshit.
I mean, that's why we all get to have a facade, right? It comes with the body. It's like, what's
The
this?
husband, come to me. I'm kidding.
I can use
Don't
it.
come to me.
So how did the band get together?
It was super crazy, like serendipitous. So
I'll have to look that word up. Serendipitous.
Right place at the right time. That's what that means.
Yes,
Thank you,
basically.
dictionary.
You're welcome, lady. All your dictionary needs. Come on.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
I got you. Translation? No.
So, a friend of mine, Johnny, of Johnny Zig and the Z Force, I think that's his band. You should give him a look at promotion. So Johnny was like, "Hey, come to this jam with me," and like that, I was like super down. And I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to go." Like, and then there's like a thing in the back of me. I was like, "No, stop being a little bitch about it. Just fucking go."
You know, there's
So-
something about that voice in the back of your head
Yeah.
that kind of do you right. A lot of times, sometimes. It's like,
Those
look,
other times.
pick your ass up and go.
Yeah.
Tonight is gonna be in favor of you.
I'm like, just stop being a loser, Kella. Like, go and smoke some weed.
So you go.
I go.
I agree.
And it was like a bunch of really cool musicians, and you show up.
Yeah, there was like 3 guitar players, like horn players, string players, keyboard players. I had just finished playing a festival like the night before.
Wow.
And I show up and there's like a million people. I was like, how am I gonna like keep all of these random ass people I'd never met in time?
And it was great. It was perfect. It was such a good jam, though.
And
oh my
Kella
God.
was singing. And like we had never met before,
Yeah.
but we jammed that day. And like right afterwards, she came up to me.
It is definitely how great bands get together. There's a feeling I feel from my own experiences is very well is similar to getting a mate. Like you go out there and you
Yes.
just kind of know.
Yeah.
That's why they say you're married to the band, my band's my girlfriend, whatever. Like, you know, like you have a connection with this entity, element, whatever.
It's so funny how it happens because like I even asked Johnny as if like I was like, is he single? Does he have does he play in a band? Does he like band single?
Band single.
Man, single.
I know all about that. I got a bad whore. Anybody can have her, and at no cost. Seriously, no.
When you're in music, you're polyamorous. That's just the way it is.
I can't be, but I have to be.
Yep.
Oh.
You gotta play with whoever's ready to play, man.
Absolutely.
Speaking of playing,
You wanna
You wanna play? Yeah, I wanna play.
yeah, I'll play.
Yeah, I'll play.
playing is how
So what do
everyone
we
gets
got, man?
together, right? Yeah, like everyone will get together playing. You'll find out it's the same thing. Like you get on the field when you're a kid, and you start throwing yourself into these elements that you think that you're attracted to. You go to the basketball court, you go to the tennis court, tear the ball, a hill on the side. Like you start viewing your options, right? And you just go. And it's the same thing when you get into a club. It's like a jam session. You're like, I'm gonna ask that guy to jam. And you don't even know what he can do. So yeah, man, you guys been together for how long?
4 months.
Wow, that is amazing. You're like the band that got married on the first date.
It's just like, it's been kind of like crazy because when he came on into the band, it was, I had another bass player and a lead guitarist, and they just weren't working. It was just,
Right,
they weren't
right.
like meshing, right? And then he mentions that he knows a guy. And that's where I meet Jordan.
Right.
And in his
I can see where it's working.
workspace, and I'm like, hey, let's jam. And it was like really cool because they had just done something with Wax Pit that night. It was like they were playing with,
I had just played something else.
yeah.
Well, that looks like the look of stress. Was it stress?
It was. I had played too many shows in a row.
Yeah.
Wow. So a musician can get tired.
Oh, geez.
You don't look tired on stage.
We are playing after this.
We're playing after this.
Show after this.
I mean, I think what band camp is kind of like bandmates. It's like you go over there and you make a beat, and then somebody else collabs on your beat, and you're just like, oh, you want to go on another date? You know?
Have you ever heard of Live.me? Live.me?
No, you may be into the future. I may be a little behind.
So it's like, it's not like super big and there's this, it doesn't have a huge community, but every once in a while, I'll like post our stuff on there and do like live shows and people from all over the world can come and like check it out.
Because of that promo right there, their stuff is gonna go up. So Live Me, don't forget to hit us up. Let's make an agreement on the advertisement. You know?
Yeah, and it's really cool because I get a chance to go and find beat makers, and sometimes what I'll like to do is while they're doing their live stream, singing, doing something over it, send them a clip and be like, hey, if you like this, let's do something. And I've been doing these really fun like sample things, like sending little samples just off my phone, and it works every time, and it's just a cool way to be like, hey, check out the music, let's leave.
That is great.
Yeah.
Lead them into the website once again.
deadmoneylv.com. That's deadmoneylv.com.
.com, Las Vegas. Yes, here we are to stay. You know what they say, what happens in Las Vegas stays, and we're definitely here to stay. So everybody, I want you to give it up for Dead Money.
Yeah, man.
Weed is awesome.
I guess you're right then. The bitter words that made her laughing. I'm gonna bet me have a doctor friended her to say you were wrong. I guess I learned how work up to look around the bound. Even my was stranded. I'm ground. I found that I can move. On it. You choked on the words that you wanna say. Guess it's your problem. Guess it's your problem now. You're putting on a show almost every day. It's your problem. Guess it's your problem now. You're out your face. It's getting big. It's in my head. almost every day. Guess it's your problem, guess it's your problem now. Your atrophy is killing me. It's in my head and I can't read it too much. I got to think, guess it's your problem, guess it's your problem. Why are you in a me? You got to divide the well. It is makes you happy, yo, I'm sorry, I cannot stay. You do you, and I'll go my own day. Now you're putting on a show almost every day. This is your problem, guess it's your problem now. You're at your feet, hitting me to my head, and I can't read it too much. I've got to guess it's your problem, guess it's your problem.
Once again, before we get out of here, throw that positive vibes up. Las Vegas in the house. Everybody, good night, dead money.